Hello and welcome back. You're here with Nico Fox for part 11 of this Derail Valley Overhauled live stream series. If you need to catch up on the series, there is a playlist on my YouTube channel. You can go ahead and check that out to get yourself caught up. And otherwise today we're going to get into some more virtual trains in VR. And if you enjoyed the music that you heard while hanging out in the waiting lobby, you can find that on Steam. That is the official soundtrack of the Derail Valley game, and of course the money from that, the sales of that, go to further development of the game, and it also counts towards points towards community unlocks, so we can get the devs working on exciting new content for us. So if you joined me last time, we took the steam locomotive, which, let's see if I can get a good vantage point here. Yeah, so we took that steam locomotive there, down at the end of the food factory yard, up from harbor to food factory, and then we took the shunter that we saw a moment ago over at this end of the yard, and distributed those lengths of cars out onto the sidings where they were destined to go. But that of course means that we are low on fuel, and as there is no fuel here in Food Factory, we will need to head somewhere else to take care of that. I'm going to go ahead and prepare this logistical haul to head on over to Machine Factory in town. And on the way there, we will stop and pick up some coal and water at Iron Ore Mine West. Hey there, Foxy. Welcome to the chat and the stream. How are you doing today? We're just getting underway here. Foxy, you're doing good. Glad to hear it. Welcome aboard the stream, and hope you enjoy today's content. Glad you can make it. Gonna go ahead and accept this job because I do believe I'm going to be moving outside of the range that will cause the cars to respawn and the jobs to reset, and I don't want to lose the job just for doing that. That is something I definitely hope that the devs improve in the future, because it can be quite a hassle sometimes. Whew, okay. And it looks like I may not have given these quite the shove that they needed, but at least we got them sorted out here, and the locomotive is still heading down towards our train. Surely see I may be able to do this. Alright. And at least we have a little bit more control over it. Not quite close enough. It's alright. I'll just nudge it a little further forward. And I think we've made it there. We'll go ahead and shut down this locomotive. Alright, it's time to get started here. Probably should have started the fire first, but oh well. I've already got some coal from last time in there still. So we'll get it started with just that. Now of course we do have to be conscious of our supplies here because they are low. And hopefully with a light train and not too far to go until we hit Iron Mine West, we should do all right. Just give it a moment here to build up some steam pressure. Let me make sure I didn't leave the brake on in here. It sounds like I may have. Yes, I did. That'll certainly help things. Okay, that's a sound we like to hear. that is the end of our water, it would seem. Yep, that's it. I believe at this moment all of our power is coming from the rear shunter at the rear, which I've set to about a notch 3. And either we're on even ground or we're going slightly downhill. So we are definitely picking up some speed here. Now I hear that I'm running out of coal, but there's not really much that stoking the fire more will do, as we're already out of water. So I think I'm just going to conserve as much steam as I can, and as much momentum as I can, so that we can see if we can make it to the iron mine here. Oh, I am not on the train anymore. Hello. Definitely going to have to be vigilant on the speed here, because I do believe it gets pretty twisty. It says 4, doesn't it? And at this point, definitely just conserving steam pressure to operate the brakes from this end of the train, although I believe that they would also refill from the compressor in the shunter at the other end. And I can operate them safely from this end. This is definitely the little adventure that we've got going on here. think I may have left the brakes on a little too long there, but hopefully that won't kill all of our momentum. Did not sound like a good sound, but maybe it was alright. We will definitely check once we get to the iron mine. And it does appear that we are drawing close here. Unfortunately, I don't think that the steam locomotive is going to have enough pressure left in it to move into the service track. We will figure out what to do with that once we arrive. Alright, we got some downhill coming up. I believe that this is the last tunnel leading into the iron mine. It's quite a long one. Hey there, Lieutenant Andrew. You made it. Sorry you're late. No problem. Welcome to the stream. And so what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to make it to Iron Mine West with a steam locomotive that has completely run out of water, and I've got a shunter at the back that's giving us a little push, and I'm up here in the front just riding the brakes. And I believe that this is the last tunnel that we need to make it through, and we're almost there, so that is promising. What is not quite so promising is the fact that I don't think we're going to have pressure in the boiler to drive the locomotive in for service. Yes, Lieutenant Andrew, it is worrying. I think this is probably the last bend as we come into the iron mine. So so I'll want to start slowing down here. Make sure that I'm ready to throw switches if need be. Lieutenant Andrew, is there steam service at the iron mine? Yes, there is. However, I definitely still need to get the locomotive onto that track, as it is a little off to the side. Right, as I'm gonna need to do this anyway, let's go ahead and uncouple these. Let's just give it a shot and see if there does happen to be steam left in here. It's looking like the answer is probably no, but who knows? Oh, definitely probably is not any, given that the throttle there was open a bit. Yeah, this isn't going anywhere. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I definitely have the loading track that I can use as a runaround. So all I need to... Oh, this is where it gets potentially painful, because I need to get it on that track, which is not in any... this is not something I can just run directly into. In fact, it actually looks like none of these tracks connect across to each other. Oh, okay. Well then. And I don't believe that there's currently a way to uncouple the tender from the locomotive like there used to be. Because if there was, I could definitely somehow figure out a way to finagle the shunter back behind it and just fill up coal and water in the tender separately. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. But let's run around here and see what we can do. Lieutenant Andrew, yeah, that would be useful, but usually steam engines tenders are connected to them with so many. Yeah. Yeah, true. True that. I'm kind of wondering if it does get down to not being able to service this, if there's some hackery that I may be able to do. Perhaps. I can definitely always bite the bullet and service at the station office, but that would definitely be pretty lame to be at the location with the proper service and still unable to service the locomotive. No, not that one. Oh, and I have forgotten to set the switch here. Lieutenant Andrew, worst comes to worst, could just run the shunter and steam engine back to another place with service. Yeah, there's not really many places with service for steam. The only ones that pop into my head are the iron mines, the coal mine, the steel mill, and the harbor. And it looks like the fire has just gone out in the firebox. This is definitely not something that I anticipated. Was having to deal with that service track being at an angle from the turntable, that you can't just run it in without any power. At the very least, if there was a track across the way, there might be some way to, like, get a shunter onto that track or something. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Let's just get these hooked up here and see what we can do. I'm just gonna make sure that brakes are all off in here. Yep, all these brakes are off. Is it on? That's very close. I think it would count as being on the bridge here, but just want to make sure. That looks a bit better. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do here. I'm wondering if perhaps we throw in like a shovel full of coal and light it, maybe there's still a little bit of water left. I think that went out as I threw it. Let's give it a shot. The worst that happens is you waste a little bit of coal. That's alright. But Just a little bit something here. Anything? Oh, we're moving. Oh, okay, this is fantastic. We're moving ever so slightly. All right. So I guess there was some residual water in the boiler. Yeah, I don't know why that works, why that worked, but I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth. I only hope that I can actually get the tender to the service thing. I may have actually wanted to back it in here, and that mistake may cost me. Yeah, okay. Well then. This is definitely the snail race episode, it would seem. Looks like I need a little further. I believe that should do it. Yep. Okay, let's set this brake here. No, I would actually like to be over here. There we go. Oh, come on. You know, I've been wondering. This doesn't seem to be... Man, maybe, I don't know, let's just try one more scoop. I have a feeling that's not the issue here, and that the issue is actually water. Right? Just a little bit more. Andrew, just a little bit more. Come on. It honestly looks like we've got something here. Definitely looks like the tender is not really helping us out. Hey, we're getting somewhere. This is looking good. Aha! There it is. All right. Whew. Okay. Can you get like inside? Yes. We'll go ahead and move this locomotive out of the way. Yeah, that was definitely a close one there. Throw it in reverse. Give it a little bit of throttle. And it should be all set up to just run straight through the yard on the loading track. So while that's doing its thing, we will see if we can move this one ahead of the yard. And honestly, at this point, I might as well just hello. Wait a minute here. There is water, right? Yeah, there's plenty of water. I guess there is an amount that is in the system below what you can see on the gauge. That's good to know. Oh, that looks fine. All right. Well, let's let some pressure build back up here. Let's also go take a look at what jobs are available, because I think we can tack on some more cars here. Looking hopefully something that's headed to steel mill. It's not too crazy, but not Let's see, this one's 6, this one's 5. This one is shunting. That one's 3. Yeah. Let's take a look at where some of these are. 18, 4, and 11. Dude, this is the one that needs to get shunted. Mistaken, yep. There should also be, looks like they're going to be the ones that are here. 4. 18. This one's got to be 11. Yep. I think I've got 100 tons on there right now with those empty cars headed to Machine Factory. This one's 516, this one's 430, it's about 2.5, I did 6.5, 7, 8. Yeah, I could take these 2. I think that's gonna be what I'm gonna go ahead and do, and I'm gonna go ahead and validate them first. Yeah. Just because, since I will be working them from the front end of the train, I want to make sure that they don't disappear on me. So let's just verify. I believe this should be one of them. Number 11. Yeah, we got 11 and 4 I believe was this one right over here. Yep. Alright. Let's go ahead and... No. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot about the shunter. Looks like I remembered just in time. I don't know when I was standing on there. Ryan Rail, hello, chums. Sorry you're late. No worries, Ryan. Welcome. You missed a bit of a crazy save with the refueling the steam locomotive, but you can always go back and rewatch that at some point. But you're joining us now. We're just gonna grab some hoppers with ore in them from here at the Iron Mine West, and then we will take these empty auto racks to the Machine Factory and the ore cars down to the steel mill. And to answer your question, Lieutenant Andrew, yes. It's going to be 3 jobs at once. Now, let me leave it on for right now until I hook this up. It's going to be 3 jobs at once. I think the locomotive is going to be perfectly capable of doing that. I picked actually the shorter 2 of the jobs that were available, expressly so that I would feel okay with the weight. Okay. So let's grab these 2 trains up here. Alright, we're in reverse. Brakes are off. We've got some steam. The tender is acting wonky. We go a little faster than this. It's always difficult to back down on these trains in the steam locomotive, just because you can't really see behind you very well. like also how the train spawning algorithm in its infinite wisdom has placed the shortest train on the longest track. Go figure. I think I can tell based on shadows what's going on here. All right. What? I totally thought that I had... These don't have air in the system, do they? No, definitely do not. Totally could have sworn that I had backed all the way down onto them there. Perhaps I have now? Yes, okay, good. Yeah, the tender on the steam locomotive definitely seems to be a bit wonky. I'm not really sure why. And now you booped the fox. Ah! Been booped. Andrew, imagine doing this as a job every day. Ryan, you would love that. Nearly being home from hauling freight or passengers every day. I'd love to have a Groundhog Day driving a steam engine. Well, I don't know what is in your area, but I know there's definitely heritage railways about the United States. If you're out in California, there's a cool one that I'm blanking on the name of right now for some reason. Oh yeah, I've already got coal here. And definitely check it out. I'll try to figure out that name at some point and link it. I don't think it's Niles Canyon, although that is definitely something that's in the area. I think I may have not gone far enough here. Or I may have... Oh, just barely not far enough. Oh, so disappointing. But, yeah, it was pretty cool. I was able to hop in one of the cabs for a ride while I was there. And I was in a 107-year-old Climax locomotive. And to be fair, I thought it was very cool, but the operators, the engineers, engineer and firemen driving it definitely told me that it was the most temperamental locomotive that they had. So I'm sure that they enjoy driving the other locomotives more so. There's quite a few around New England. Yeah, that would not surprise me, Andrew. Right, and the only one you're close to is a trolley museum. Your favorite is a Cumber Toltec, yeah. That one looks so fantastic. I've never been to it in person, but I've seen so many photographs come out of there, and man, that just looks so scenic and picturesque. I would love to make it there sometime. Especially, you know, fingers crossed on the day when they're running Steam service, because I know sometimes they do run diesel on that line as well. I mean, if it's something that you're into, definitely I would encourage you to check out the Trolley Museum and see what, well, at least at a time when you can. Not sure what their current status is, but you know, it's entirely possible that learning to drive a trolley there for them could give you some skills that would translate to driving a train somewhere else at a different organization. Oh, I feel like this could be a little bit faster here. Maybe not. I think that's just the tender. Yeah, we still got a ways to go here. Not a huge fan of the way that the steam locomotive and tender interact after this update. So you should be right about here. But, you know, hopefully that's something that they can fix in a future patch. So I actually did a bug report at one point, because if you'll notice, the durability of the tender right now, or the damage, you know, to the tender is 100%, and that was just caused by shunting the locomotive around, which seems absolutely preposterous. You know, all the brakes were off and everything. And I went ahead and submitted a bug report for that to the devs, because it just doesn't seem like the way that it should work. And what? Yeah, I don't know what gets into this shovel sometimes. Alright, well, once we get this all attached, it'll be away we go again. Locomotive 168, Ryan, you say, was in your town, that they restored, and anyone from your town gets a 25% discount on the ticket. Wow, that's pretty rad. I guess, Ryan, they took Locomotive 168 from your town and restored it? That's pretty cool. Also neat to know a little bit of history from your own town is out there actually, you know, doing stuff. Man. Am I far enough? No, I need this this next one here, I think, yeah. Let's just wait for it. There we go. Alright, well that slows down. Go ahead and throw that. And we'll start building up some pressure here again. Oh, this is actually kind of a painful yard to work, just because of the tunnels at both ends make it pretty impossible to see. Ryan, yes, 168 was just on display in a park, and the city donated it to them. Nice. Was that 168 a locomotive that originally operated around your area? Because if I remember correctly, you're located in the Midwest, and if I also remember correctly, Cumberland and Toltec is in the Southwest. Whoa, okay. Cannot crouch there, apparently. But I can crouch IRL. And that may have been too much. Or it may have been just right. No, definitely seems like too much. Yes, a little further. Okay, nearly there. Let's go over the reef this time. That's probably got it. Where am I? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just check, make sure I didn't leave the brake on in here. And I did not. Fantastic. And yeah, Andrew, that is pretty awesome that you can ride on those railings. Ryan, you say, yes, it would have worked on the Denver and Rio Grande, but the railroad already bought better engines. I see. Oh, nice. So it was actually, it was basically never used until the Cumber and Toltec received it from your town and started running it. Alright, away we go. I believe it's going to be an uphill climb to Machine Factory, so but oh, here we go. Get started with that. Lieutenant Andrew, yeah, time to gain momentum and speed. This is the time. Looks like we're doing alright on pressure so far. Need some more coal though. Getting up to 40. We don't want to go too much faster than that just yet. We've got 50 zones coming up. Alright. We're headed in the correct direction. That's a good sign. There we go. We don't need the fire to be quite as hot as it is currently. Yeah, we're actually doing alright here. This is not so bad. Let's take a look at where these auto racks need to go. B1S. That was getting low. Right, so just take a screenshot of that because that should not be happening. Is in there. Transfer yard. Okay. sure this fire is stoked. That's all the way open. I think we may yet make it up this hill. There's an interesting glitch. Let's see, I believe Yard B does have a track that runs through the center. That's good. Looks like so far we're all lined up here. Let's see, Ryan 168 was always kept in new paint despite being out in the open with the elements, so the only damage the boiler ever had was them drilling into it to check the thickness. Nice! Angie, that's well preserved. Yes it is. Ryan, the only things they replaced was running gear, tender, and cab. Other than that, it was factory fresh. Oh, that's pretty rad. And Andrew, I saw your advice about the regulator. Definitely getting a handle for how to balance between the two. How do I keep falling out of this cab? See, I think I'm gonna go ahead and slow this train down. Let's see, B1S is right there. It's already got some auto racks on it. We did not go quite far enough. That's alright. You know what? This is okay. Because that means I can go ahead and uncouple these. Pull them ahead just a little bit. About 1 car length, I would say. All right. Looks like instead of not quite far enough, it was the perfect distance. So now I'll hop in here and go ahead and deliver these auto-wrecks to their destination. Well, once the brakes release. Looks like I got it about below 5 there. I'm gonna go ahead and just put the fire out here. We'll preserve the resources that we have there as we do this shunting. And I actually think I'm gonna, once this job is shunted and turned in, that's where I'm gonna wrap it up for today. And we'll pick up again with the hauling the ore down to the steel mill. I think I'll be back online tomorrow, so that's when we'll do it. Ryan and Andrew, you're commenting on my having the shunter at the rear end of the train. And yeah, I picked up this tip from somebody on the Discord and tried it out, and it's really it seems to be very helpful. And I definitely did plan it, and that's why I put the ore cars ahead of the auto racks instead of using the shunter to add the ore cars to the tail back at the iron mine, was so that I would be able to do this shunting here. Which of course, you know, it's 6 one way, half dozen another, I suppose, seeing as it made the shunting at the iron mine a little bit more challenging. But that's alright. Alright, just going to shut things down here. And turn in this job. I think it's this one, yep. Yeah, definitely no speed demon there with that one. But that's alright, we got the job done. And you know, it gave us some money to refuel the locomotives, so it's good. Ooh. That actually sounds kind of kind of nice. Might take that one and drop them off at the oh, these are, no, that's shunting. Yeah, I think so I think next time I'm gonna pick it up and grab these tractors to take to the farm while we also finish up taking the ore cars down there. But yeah, thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll catch up on the chat here real quick too. Grunty caboose, Ryan. Yeah, a caboose that can actually do something other than just put on the brakes. Yeah, so thanks for joining me here tonight. I hope everybody had a good time watching, and I will catch you next time. Oops. Ah well, we'll fix it in post.